Sledhead 24/7 is brought to you by Amsoil, the first in synthetics, by Arctic Cat, share our passion, Loctite, the professional's choice, and by Polaris, the rain domination.
Welcome back to Sledhead 24/7. I'm your host, Misha Johnson, and up next, we have an extreme riding adventure for you. We are headed deep into the powdered mountains of Colorado to meet up with a dear friend of mine, Mr. Chris Burandt. Now, Chris was nice enough to invite Sledhead 24/7 out to his remote riding compound where he's got a brand new Polaris snowmobile that he's just dying to get on. So without further ado, Chris, the stage is all yours.
You're watching Snow Poetry in Motion, the riding style of Chris Burandt. Chris Burandt is one of the world's best backcountry riders. As a professional Polaris athlete, Chris rides Polaris mountain sleds better than anyone. We sent Jeff Fisher to ride with Chris and friends and get some lessons in seat time on the 2011 Polaris Pro RMK mountain sleds.
Chris has brand new Polaris RMK Pro Rs. Now that's the same sled we voted as Sled of the Year for the mountain segment at the road reports last spring. I know there's some new snow out here, and we're really excited to get out there and rip on those things.
Chris's sled of choice from beginners to seasoned pros is the new Polaris Pro RMK.
It's the real deal. It is the next evolution in mountain riding, and what the Pro does is it takes uncomfortable situations and really instills confidence in you in those uncomfortable situations. It's so easy to ride, it's light, it's got awesome power, and the thing will do some pretty ridiculous things for a bone stock snowmobile.
Chris can teach anyone how to ride in the mountains. From wrong foot forward maneuvers to hitting small kickers, the Polaris Pro RMK makes riders feel like pros.
Everything from the power to the ergonomics. It's a great combination of what the IQ did well and what needed to change.
When I got in this sled, I have not spent any time on it at all. I felt right at home. First couple turns I made in the powder, side hilling a little bit, I felt really comfortable on it. The power was great. It was a lot like the machine I ride back home. If I had to buy a new sled tomorrow, I'd probably buy that sled.
From ski tip to snow flat, this sled is all new. Better engine, better suspension, better handling, better ride.
To tell you how good I think it is, you know, for the last few years, I've been doing a bunch of mod sleds for my clients. This year, we're doing suspension packages, some wraps on the sleds, and leaving them bone stock. They are that good of a snowmobile. These things are phenomenal in stock form, so I'm pretty happy with them.
You know, I was really excited, you know, after riding that Polaris and putting some time on it now, I can see why we did vote it as Sled of the Year.
Want to know more? Then log on to Sledhead247.com. We've set up a link to Polaris, so you can build your own Polaris Pro RMK and ride like a pro.
Chris Burandt in the mountains on a brand new Polaris snowmobile. So awesome. Thanks so much, Chris. Well, that does it. We're all out of time for this episode of Sledhead 24/7. Make sure to visit us online at Sledhead24-7.com or iStockRacing.com. I'm your host, Misha Johnson. You can always visit me on Facebook. And as I say in Swedish, kör försiktigt kompisar, which means drive safe, friends. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Right now, I'm out of here.
Next week on Sledhead 24/7, it's the Eagle River Extravaganza as we share a tour de force at one of the greatest snowmobile weekends in America. We'll bring the noise at Friday Night Thunder. Those stories and more with Misha Johnson and the entire Sledhead 24/7 crew have the latest news from the world of snowmobiling.